Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about powers. So if you don't know, a power is when you have, I was going to say a number, but I guess it could technically be anything. And it's when you have anything, it could be a formula, or let's just say it's a number. So for example, if we had 5 to the power of 3, the power is 3, and that is the equivalent to 5 times 5 times 5. So for example, if you had anything to the power of 3, you're timesing it by itself 3 times. And that could be a formula as well. So it could be like x minus 7 or something. Then you've got to times it out like 3 times. So that's what a power is. Today I'm going to cover these 3 questions. One is 5 to the power of 0. So a power of 0. I'm going to explain what the answer to that is. I'm going to explain 5 to the power of negative 2. So what a negative power is, or what to do when you have a negative power. And in the third one, I'll explain that as well. You can see it there. It's actually not very complicated once you know what to do. So 5 to the power of 0. Now, when you have anything to the power of 0, it's just going to be equal to 1. Now, why is that? I feel like if I wanted to go into more detail, that might be a separate video. But all you need to know for now is anything to the power of 0 is 1. So whether that be a formula, whether it be a number, whatever it is, it's all going to be 1. So this is more of a test of, general knowledge, this question, not really a skill-based question. And if you aren't happy with my explanation, I get it. I'd probably be the same when I was learning. So if you do want me to explain a bit more in the comments or do a video on why it is 1, let me know. I'll be more than happy to look into it or, try to explain it a bit further. Now, when you have a negative power, for example, we have 5 to the power minus 2. Now, what you want to do is you kind of want to flip this. So we have 5 to the power minus 2. This is equal to 1 over 5 squared. So you can see the squared or the 2 has become positive now. Now, again, if you had something in brackets and it's to the power of negative 2, you'd do 1 over that. Now, again, I feel like it's probably to do with reciprocals, but it's the same value, you're just writing it in a different way. And again, if you want a detailed video on why or how, I can explain that. But what you need to know for this sort of question is that you can rewrite it as 1 over basically the same thing, but just with a positive power. So for example, with 5 to the power minus 2, it's 1 over 5 to the power of positive 2. That'd be the same, for example, let's say you had 7 to the power of negative 4. It'd be 1 over 7 to the power of positive 4. So, it's quite a simple rule. At this kind of level, you don't need to, I wouldn't say you need to understand the theorems for, this or the previous question. So, which I think is why I don't want to go into it, because most people, will probably just want to know what to do. But again, if you want to find out more, let me know. So we have 1 over 5 squared. Now, that's easy because 5 to the power of 2 is just 5 times 5. So that's going to be equal to 1 over 25. And that's our final answer for the second part of the question. And now this one, it might look a bit complicated, but it really isn't. It's actually quite simple. So I think just instinctively, and you'll probably learn this the more you do, I want to tackle the top part first. So we have 2 to the power of 5 times 2 to the power of 4. Now when you have things in this format, so in this case we're working with 2. So when you have 2 of the same things, 2 different powers, you can just add the powers. So we have 2 to the power 5 times 2 to the power 4. We can just add them together to get 2 to the power 9. Now one way to think about this is you're timesing them together, but 2 to the power 5 is just 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. It's timesing by itself 5 times. And you're timesing it by 2 timesing it by itself 4 times. So you're basically just rewriting it as 2 to the power 9 because it is that. You're timesing 2 by itself 9 times. So that's why you can just use the rule. You're just adding them together. So now we have 2 to the power 9 divided by 2 to the power 3. And in this case, kind of opposite to the multiplication, the dividing almost acts opposite. So you subtract it. So you have 2 to the power 9 divided by 2 to the power 3. So 9 minus 3 is 6. So you got 2 to the power 6. And I suppose, if you wanted to think about it, it's being divided by 2 to the power 3. If you were to flip that and bring it back up, it'd be 2 to the power minus 3. So you're, subtracting the or you're adding them, but it's because you're timesing 2 to the power 9 times 2 to the power minus 3, but you're adding the powers, so be 9 minus 3. But yeah, I don't want to overcomplicate it too much. And again, if you want more theorem or whatever, just let me know. But 2 to the power 9 divided by 2 to the power 3, you're subtracting them from each other. So when you're timesing the same thing with 2 different powers, you can add them. And when you're dividing, you can minus the powers. So our final answer is going to be 2 to the power 6. Now, I hope that helped. If anything didn't make sense or it wasn't clear, or you want me to explain a bit more, you know, it's not a stupid question. If you want to put it out there, please feel free, and I will try to get back to you. Or if you want me to explain it slightly differently, or if you feel like maybe a video is needed to explain different parts of this, because you can get like a lot more granular with these videos. I know this is just, you know, kind of GCSE level, and you don't need to know deeper level, but if you do want to know, let me know. And yeah, I hope it helped. I hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, let me know if you need help on, I guess, anything in particular, or, you know, if it's like a super complex video. Maybe I'll be too lazy, but I'll give it a go. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and best of luck with your learning, whether it's just for a GCSE or you're an adult, you're trying to, you know, relearn your maths, whatever it is. Best of luck. Hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. All right, see you later.